Water has three phases: liquid, the way we normally drink it; vapor, when it's steam or it's evaporating or in a humid climate; and solid. So solid we know as ice or snow. When we're designing building infrastructure, especially, I call it blue architecture, everything that water touches in the built environment, we're going to be mindful about if the water is liquid, vapor, or solid. So let's take solid. Let's take snow, for instance. Your cistern will freeze and then your water system won't work. But if you bury it, say 4 feet into the earth, then there's that free 55-degree constant temperature of the earth, and that'll keep it from freezing. Also, you want to keep in a freezing climate all your pipes and valves and pumps inside of your conditioned area so that they don't freeze too. When you're designing roofs, you ideally have a gable roof that's this shape, and you want the snow to fall away from the door, not smack in front of the door on the steps. That saves you lots of maintenance. Let's talk about vapor. So there's a technology called air to water. And basically what that's about is harvesting the condensate, the water vapor out of the air so that you can drink and use the water. So some people, when they have a cold in a super dry climate, they use a humidifier in purpose because their nasal passages want to breathe steamy, moist air. Maybe their nose or their throat won't bother them. But a lot of times we do the opposite. We want to dehumidify the air. We want to get the humidity, the moisture out of the air, and so that's called air to water, harvesting the condensate. And that's the natural machine of the planet, that water evaporates off of lakes and oceans, and as it evaporates and it goes from that liquid lake or ocean up to the sky and it becomes a cloud, now it's water vapor. So inside of a greenhouse, let's say you had a giant greenhouse and you've got all kinds of orchard trees growing in this giant greenhouse. All these trees are going to evapotranspire. Trees are a big pump. So all this moisture is going to be evaporating, it's going to be transpiring off the tree, and you can collect the moisture on the inside surface of the glass greenhouse, and if that's sloped, you can aim it into a gutter. In a solar distiller, that's exactly what happens. You have a box with a sloping piece of glass on it. It gets hot in the sun. It starts to evaporate. It condenses on the glass. Then you harvest the water into a little miniature gutter that then aims into a bottle that you can drink. So those are some examples of how we mindfully deal with water in its three forms: liquid, vapor, and ice.